Curious, your coaches were talking about this 2-week window. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel starting the season. But how do you keep the motivation now? You've been going a few weeks on through camp, but it's almost here, but it's not here. How do you manage that right now?
Just going out there, being with the guys. Just being with the guys, just knowing that we got a job to do, and just that's really our motivation. Obviously last year wasn't what we expected, but that's in the past. So we just worry about right now.
Yeah. Last year being in the past, I'm just curious, what did you carry over mentally for the last season, just as far as what you wanted to focus on individually to support your team?
It's really just my mentality. That's what I'm carrying over. My mentality don't change. I'm still going out there trying to be a dog, and I'm trying to carry that over with my team as well, with the offensive line. So hopefully that's what carries over. So that's my mentality right there.
Thank you.
What has this past year been like for you with the injuries and coming back and kind of working through? We saw you in spring camp doing a lot of work individually coming back. What has it been like for you to experience this and come out on the other end ready to play?
Well, definitely a struggle. That was my first major injury, so it was horrible. The process was long, but I was able to get through it with the support that I have from this team. So the process was very long. It was very hard on my mental. So I'm just ready to get back out there and play.
When you look back to this point last year, what allowed you to kind of be that separation guy to get the starting job, and then kind of when it happened, I guess the frustration point of having put in all that work to get to that point?
Well, as of right now, there's no starters. So, as of right now, it's just, we just rotate. That's how it really is, how it's been since camp started. But, my mentality going into that is just, just going there like you're a two. And really, it's just, I'm just having my head down, working on my technique, working on my fundamentals, because I've been out for a long time. So I'm just working on my fundamentals, trying to get my feet back right, just trying to, put my foot in the water and swim.
What last year though, like in camp last year, what did you feel like you did that made them say you're the guy?
I think, I'm bringing back to my mentality and passion. I have passion for the game, and I always have passion for the game, and that's who I am. So I feel like that right there made them realize, like, okay, like we can use that. We can use that on that offensive line.
When you have an injury like yours, what's harder, the physical road back or dealing with the psychological?
The psychological, for sure. I've dealt with that. So when I got hurt, so when I found out about the injury, it was all up here from the start because I never dealt with it before.
How did you handle it? What did you do?
Really just rehab and being here with the guys, honestly, if that's the honest opinion. These guys made me really just take my mind off the injury, watching them go out there and play and just practice, and them just being around me and supporting me, that's really all I needed.
Who helped you with that part of it? Was there a player maybe who'd been through it before, or someone else you relied on?
There's no particular names. Everyone mostly helped me out with that. Everyone on the team just helped me out. They always came up to me and was like, "Hey, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be back. It's not the end of the road. You're gonna be back soon." So it wasn't really a particular person. It was mostly everyone on the team.
Has there been a moment where things psychologically clicked when you're like, all right, I'm back, I'm good? Like, was there a moment when that happened, or has this been more of a process?
It's just been more of a process. Like there hasn't been a time where I was like, okay, I'm back, because like I said, injury like that it takes time for you to come back. So I haven't had a time where I was like, okay, I'm back. It's just been, okay, how can I get better each day?
Fast forward a week after your injury and you see what happens with Gavin. I guess, how did, in the moment when you're trying to deal with something, how do you kind of help your guy who's going through something similar?
Well, when that happened with him, I was probably like one of the first ones to call him, because we used to live together. That was my roommate. So as soon as that happened, I made sure I called him and tell him, like, you're not alone. Like, we're gonna get through this process together. So that was really what happened after that.
How was it like being his roommate?
It was actually pretty cool. Gavin's the type of guy who, he just stays on you, make sure you does your things, and always keeps the house clean. He's a clean freak. So yeah, he's a cool guy to live with.
Even though you couldn't get the reps you wanted last year, can you become a better player just through observation and doing those kinds of things?
Oh, most definitely. I can definitely become a better player by just getting mental reps, and I think that's something that I've definitely learned how to do since I've been out, just looking and seeing how other players do things and seeing how the plays develop. I think I've done a really good job with that.
You've got a massive body transformation.
Thank you.
Are you where you want to be now? Are you still? Is that a process too?
Oh yes, that's also still a process. My weight has been fluctuating. It's been going up and down. So I'm just really just trying to get back to the weight that I wanna be at.
What are you today before lunch?
I'm around 3:0, maybe 3:03, 3:04.
What do you want to play at?
About 3:10, 3:15.
Now that you look back at that last year, how did you and Gavin support each other through going through that process, and how do you guys psychologically try and coach each other past the fear factor that might come with it?
You know, honestly, it's just been when we see each other in that meeting room, in the training room, we always do rehab together, and we always just say, hey, like we're gonna come back and we're gonna leave where we left off at. So it's just the reminder that, you know, this pain is only temporary, the injury is only temporary. We have probably about a few months to get back. So we just used that time. We spent time in that rehab room, and we just been working, keeping our head down, working.
What was that first practice like, seeing each other there on the field again?
We had a smile. We had a smile at each other, and we were just like, it's go time now. Like, that's really all it was. We were just excited to get back out there.
You already been asked this, but you get the starting job last year. You get hurt the first game. How the hell did you finish the game?
I honestly didn't feel it. Like, I felt like a little pop, but I've hyperextended my knee before, so I thought it was just a hyperextension. So I got it checked out halftime, and they said I was good to go. So I was like, okay. So I just went out there and I just finished the game.
And then what?
Then after that, my knee got really stiff, and I couldn't walk. So I was like, yeah, there's something wrong.
So with the pounds you've dropped, if your teammates start calling you "Nut as Big Dooley," is that a compliment? Do you take that as
I take it as more so like I need to get my weight up. Most definitely.
Was it, you don't have to tell us, obviously, but was it an ACL? Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The nickname Big Dooley, I'm kind of new here. Where did that come from? What was the origin?
So the origin of that is in high school, I had a running back named Willis Shepard, and we used to have a play designed just for me to pull. And so every time I pulled, and I was pretty fast back then, even with the weight I was at, I was around like 360 around that time. So even with that weight, I was still pretty fast. And after that, they used to call me Dooley Truck. And Dooley Truck it's like a big flatbed truck with the two wheels on the back. And those are pretty quick too, so yeah, that's how I got the nickname.
That's awesome.
It was random, very random.
You guys got really close over the offseason, the offensive line. How do you kind of balance you guys as a brotherhood, but also, I'm fighting you every day. I'm trying to take your job.
Well, we don't really look at it as, I'm trying to take your job. We just here really just competing, playing football with each other. And I feel like that's something that separates us, is that from the whole conference, is that we're not looking to, take over or be a starter. We're just looking to go out there and play football. And I feel like with that mentality right there, because we haven't really had no issues where, I want to be the starting guy, or, we just going out there and just competing, doing our job and learning each day. That's all we're doing.
You've seen